Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
It's all just been part of their plan.
So yeah, I still do go to the movies, and I had said that there were many very good-looking movies that I was excited to see in the month of September. So before I went to go see the movies that a lot of people are talking about, like Pawn Sacrifice, Everest, and of course Black Mass, which I will be seeing and reviewing very soon, there was a specific movie that I did want to see first. And of course that is based on the James Dashner book series, The Maze Runner. This is the sequel, The Scorch. The Lawn Gnome has a book in his hand! He is officially part of the BookTube community. The Scorch Trials. And of course, the best part about this movie is we've got the surviving members of the cast, especially if you have seen the first movie, you know who I'm talking about, they have returned, as well as the director, Wes Ball. I do remember loving the first book and thinking that the movie was so-so. I enjoyed this book. It was very much the same as The Maze Runner in terms of the way that it was written. Of course, I was still bothered by the slang and the overuse of it in this book, and there were certain characters that I really did like that I wish were elaborated upon. So I was very curious to see what the movie was going to be like because of all the mixed reviews. Holy cow! Never did I think that a transition to film that is so completely different from the source material would be so awesome. I loved The Scorch Trials so much, even though it is not a perfect film, and it does have its faults. I loved the cast. Dylan O'Brien did a fantastic job. Keon Lee as Minho is definitely becoming one of my favorite characters. Kaya, whose name I cannot pronounce, returned as Teresa. Thomas Brody Sangster, he is also from one of my favorite shows, Game of Thrones. This movie seems to have incorporated a lot of cast members from that show, because Aidan Gillian, who plays Peter Baelish, is in this movie. Natalie Emanuel, who played the character Harriet, is also in this movie. We've also got some very impressive acting performances from some great character actors like Lily Taylor and Alan Tudyk. Of course, Patricia Clarkson is back. She made a brief appearance in the first movie. Barry Pepper, and another guy whose name I can't pronounce, but you know him from Breaking Bad as Gus Fring. He played the character Jorge. And we also have Rosa Salazar, who played another character that a lot of people like in the Scorch Trials book, Brenda. But enough with the cast. The reason why this movie was so great is because of the fact that they tweaked the plot, but they still kept some of the major elements in the story, but they twisted it around to the degree that the movie just made so much more sense than the book. It was so much more action-packed. It was definitely a book that was much better from a visual standpoint, and I just loved the fact that they took some characters that really didn't have much going on for themselves in the book and really made their characters so much better, especially the character of Aris. He was just someone that I couldn't seem to understand or read while I was reading the book, but when I see him in the movie, I love the character, and he's so much more crucial. And I love the fact that they changed the whole story with Teresa, because it just made more sense. It added so much more action, so much more drama, and you sympathized with the characters so much more. And yeah, like everybody says, this was like a zombie movie. I loved the portrayal of the Cranks, the makeup and the fast-paced chase scenes. It was all so well done. And I was just feeling so satisfied when I walked out of that movie, and I am so excited to read The Death Cure, and I'm even more excited for when The Death Cure does come out. But what I am very interested to see is what exactly is going to happen, because I'm quite satisfied with the fact that they are not splitting The Death Cure into two movies. Wonderful. First of all, it's such a small book compared to the other two. I had no idea how they would be able to do it, but I'm still very curious to see how this story is going to unfold, because like the book, they still did leave some mystery. We still now have to see what the issue is with Wicked and The Right Hand, but I'm hoping that The Kill Order will be turned into a film as well. So anyway, I am so glad that I saw this movie. I am quite surprised with how exciting and fun it was. And would I see this one again? I think the answer is yes, but I don't know if I would want to own this Maze Runner series, because right now, it's half and half. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Maze Runner movie, but I loved the Scorch trials. I'm giving it 3 out of 4. It's really going to just depend on what's going to happen with the Death Cure when it transitions to film, and if the kill order does in fact get made, how it will get done. But I know a lot of you have been reviewing the Scorch trials, and a lot of you are surprisingly enjoying it more than you anticipated as well. But if you want to have a discussion, you're more than welcome to put your comments in the box below. So it felt great to get back to the movies, and more importantly, see a great and enjoyable movie, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Actions speak louder than words.